All right, guys, so we all know managing resources is super important. We all know the gem mine is an absolutely amazing investment, but I have to say building one of these champions is a much better investment than the gem mine and will honestly pay itself off quicker than any other thing you'll do inside Raid. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing great. So today's video was originally inspired by Moonwalker from the Discord, as well as in the Rockpile free-to-play clan. I was talking about Vlad the Nightborn in the Discord channel, and he mentioned basically, I don't know why people give him so much hate. He's actually a really good champion. Well, I decided to build him, and I was going to do a video talking about him in other areas, but after using him for about 16 hours during CVC, I think he's actually a very awesome champion. But in this video, I want to show you guys two different options. I want to show you Vlad, who is really fast for me. I don't really use him anywhere else other than Faction Wars, but he works out perfectly for farming Minotaur, but also Shieldguard, who is super, super easy to build. Now, if you feel like this is almost deja vu, it kind of is, because I've actually done a video like this in the past. Minotaur's Labyrinth, don't farm anything other than stage 15. If you just look at the scrolls, you can see the drops are so, like, the range is kind of rough, but anything below stage 15 is just terrible. And Raid has come so far that you don't need to do anything but besides stage 15, especially after watching today's video, you will be able to do stage 15. Now, what I wanted to mention is the video that I did in the past about this. Honestly, I went back to watch it today to do a little recap, refresher, and to be 100% honest, I got bored. It was 18 minutes long. It doesn't have to be even a fraction of that amount of time. So I'm hoping to be able to do this video, share with you guys all the information you need to know, and get the point across that farming Minotaur and specifically building one of these two champions, Shieldguard or Vlad. Now, I didn't use Leoris. I've used Hermdig before. There's so many champions who can do this solo. You don't have to really stick to only these two champions. There's a ton that can do it solo, but Shieldguard is literally a farmable, uncommon champion, so super easy to book, very, very easy to gear. And yeah, there's really no reason not to do this. So you'll see here, 40 seconds. I ran through 8 champions masteries from level 1 to level 60 over CVC. Took about 16 hours, I think, but 40-second runs, hey, very, very nice. So I can do some quick masteries. Shieldguard is a little bit longer, but let's go in here and look at their builds and I'll show you guys how Shieldguard actually works. And then we'll go over like all the details while Shieldguard is running through there about how this is so efficient. So Vlad the Nightborn, these are his stats. He's in Savage gear. So this is not like super achievable. It's definitely not early game stuff, right? Now, Moonwalker's build was a little bit better than mine. So you definitely can play around with this, adjust this as needed. But this is for my fast Minotaur farmer. And the reason why this is so important is because Vlad worked great, but he's specifically for Faction Wars, Minotaur. I don't really use him anywhere else. Leorius, on the other hand, is for my arena. I use him in other areas of the game, and I wasn't able to dedicate him solely to Minotaur farming. So while he is very fast, he wasn't quite as fast as Vlad, just because I can't fully dedicate him to that. So Vlad's masteries have War Master, so when I get to the boss, he's doing that extra damage from those hits. Very, very nice. Makes it very smooth, very consistent. I think the average over like 700 plus runs was about 44 seconds. So very fast, very consistent, no failures. That's how I have him currently built. And he has some accuracy support tree masteries over here as well. Obviously with masteries, kind of take from it what you may. Use this as like an outline and then build from that how you want. You could go flawless execution, just whichever one gives you the most damage, go with that one, of course, right? Now his skills, I do have him fully booked. So he is a little bit more on the demanding side, a little bit more on the expensive side, but I'm going to show you guys a better option. I don't know why, this is super distracting, but every time I look at Leoris, this little thing on the side of his head makes me think of like those headphones, like the headset, like the Bluetooth headsets that were back in like, I guess the early 2000s. Like I think he's a trucker. I don't know why, a little thing, what is that? I don't even know what it is. Sorry for going off on a tangent there. We're going to keep this video focused, but every single time I look at him. So let's go down here and look at Shieldguard, all right? Shieldguard. Look at this gear. Now, don't look at this gear as in like the star levels because that's irrelevant, okay? You can look at it and be like, oh, 5-star and 6-star gear, that's pretty overpowered. But it's really not that crazy because when you look at his total stats, some of these pieces of gear do have good rolls. Of course, he does have a banner, necklace, and a ring, the whole 9 yards. But look at these stats, okay? 33,000 base HP, 3,600 defense. You honestly don't even need this much. You could probably go with 3,000 to be perfectly fine. His speed, 149 speed. Look at these boots. I don't even know why I have these boots on my account. They're flat defense, I guess for showcases like this, right? But 3,600 defense, 33,000 attack. The speed, super low. You want to make sure his crit rate is 100% because his A2 ability attacks all enemies, fills his champion's turn meter about 20% on each critical hit. So make sure his crit rate is 100%. He gets more turn meter boost, makes speed less like needed, required for him. You can definitely get away with these lower speeds 152% crit rate, no accuracy, no resistance, none of that needed. Just make him tanky. He's defense-based champion, so super, super easy to build. His books, there's no reason not to book him. You can literally buy him from the market, open him for mystery shards, or farm him from the campaign. So an amazing, amazing budget champion, and also removes one debuff from this champion each turn. So besides just doing Minotaur farming, he has so many other uses. And like I said, I think he'll probably be my next 60 on my free-to-play account. Now for his masteries, on that video that I did the masteries differently on him. He has War Master now because War Master does scale based on the enemy's max HP. And since my Shieldguard is geared to do so little damage, essentially, this is doing very, very good, basically. When I get to the Minotaur, it's actually making a pretty significant impact. So I've opted to just go with War Master. In the video I did before, I had Flawless Execution. I went these masteries. Like I said, though, use this as kind of like a building block, a rubric to work off of. Don't have to copy them 100%. This works, and the one from the video I did before works as well. Now let's jump in here to Minotaur and show you guys the details, the juicy, juicy details on how absolutely efficient this will be and how it would pay itself off if you bought the Champion's Masteries. One last thing, the Masteries, a thing that many people may or may not know, if your champions have full Masteries or every single Mastery except for one, it costs 800 gems. You can go in here to Masteries, you can buy all Masteries, it gives you an options, buy all, pay 800 gems for them. But like I said, if your champions have all their masteries, like right here, we're missing just a few scrolls up here, okay? So 950 is max, but if I hit get all scrolls, it's still 800 gems, okay? So no matter what, it's always 800 gems. So let's go in here with Shieldguard. Now we're using level 1 champions here, but this is another thing that's very nice about this is that you're usually not going to be using level 1 champions. So I'll do one run with, well, that's Armor, not Shieldguard. We'll do one run with Shieldguard with level 1 champions, and then I'll show you him running through with champions who would be more likely for him to actually run through with, because typically you're going to be using those champions who have good base HP, good base defense, who are actually going to be surviving some of these hits. And assuming you don't have any gear on those champions, the enemies will be targeting those champions. So as long as your Shieldguard, as long as your Vlad, your Leoris, your Herndig, whoever you're using can survive the Minotaur himself, you're going to be fine most of the time. Now, some of these spots, it can get a little bit risky if they crit, but I'm never going to run level 1 champions through here anyways, because you're not doing this to level people per se exactly. Like, you're not doing it for food farming, right? You're doing it for masteries filling out and leveling champions as you go through. So let's talk about this while he is doing that over there. We have some high quality notepad work here, but you can see what he's doing. We'll just make sure he stays alive, and we'll see the big health bar up here as well. So why even do this? Okay, so if you're running 4 champions through Minotaur, assuming you have your 1 champion carrying and then 4 champions who are running through and actually getting their masteries done, it's going to cost about 8,000 energy overall, about 2,000 energy per champion, which is going to work out if you're doing all 4 champions to be about 2,480 gems, assuming you're not using daily energy refills, energy you get from events or tournaments. Either way, it's just going to be about 2,480 gems. If you compare that to buying masteries on 4 champions, it's going to be 800 times 4, 3,200 gems. So you're already at a loss there, but you're not getting these other juicy, juicy rewards, right? So it's going to be about 571 runs. Now you'll see before in the main menu that it can definitely vary, right? Because each run, you're going to get a different amount of scrolls. Let's go ahead and back out of this and get another one loaded up. But you'll see when we go to edit team, we'll go back here to the Minotaur stages. You can see all of them have a range. Okay, so 6 to 12. You could have terrible luck and take a lot more runs, or you could have really good luck and take the lowest amount of runs possible. But we're just going to go off these average numbers that I've pulled up, and they seem to be pretty accurate. So this is about what it took me over the CVC and running it. So we'll load this in. This is going to be a lot easier. These champions are higher level because I've been leveling on the sparring pit. Not the most efficient, but hey, this is what we're working with. So let's pull this back up. Over these runs, you're going to get about 4.2 million silver. Silver is a resource that is honestly not plentiful enough, but over doing this, you're going to get about 4.2 million silver. You're not getting that from buying the masteries in the shop, right? Your first champion's masteries, you kind of have to buy those, but then once you buy shield guards, you should be pretty good to go. But 4.2 million silver, and then about 2,372,571 experience, which this is going to vary a ton, simply because it could take a lot more runs or it could take a lot less. But this is all working off of the 571 run number. Now down here, I've done some math, pull these numbers from Hell Hades website as well as Ayumi Love, and to get from level 1 to level 50, it's going to be about 963,806 experience, and then from 1 to 60, about 2 million experience needed. So you can see here, if you're going to be earning about 2.3 million experience, and to get from level 1 to 60 is about 2 million experience flat, you're obviously going to be wasting about 300,000 experience. So ideally, you could start leveling these champions in Minotaur at level 1, 5-star, or level 30, 5-star. So you keep it a little more efficient. Obviously, as soon as they hit 5-star, make sure if you're using RSL helper, set it to like run until max level, okay? And then once they hit max level, RSL helper will stop, do it overnight, and then go in there, upgrade all those champions from rank 5 to 6-star, and it'll keep it more efficient. You'll save that extra experience. I mean, this is a decent amount of experience to be missing out on. But what I did is I just threw all 6-star champions in here. It's still much more efficient than doing just purchasing the gems outright for your champions, but you are still losing out on a little bit of experience, but you're still getting all the silver and all that kind of stuff. So definitely a great way, guys. If you're not already doing that, building Shieldguard would be so nice. And if you don't know the impact that masteries have on an account already, the impact that masteries have on accounts is tremendous, okay? In my free-to-play series, when I took Elhain with no masteries, doing clan boss to having masteries, getting War Master specifically unlocked about 1 million damage on easy clan boss, which is literally taking her from doing 2 key easy, which is terrible, I know, to now easy 1 key easy. And then normal, we're doing about 1, 2 keys-ish, very close to doing 2 keys. Once I get a little bit of a team built up around her, it'd be a pretty easy 2 key. But quick PSA, basically, build a champion to do Minotaur farming solo. Shieldguard is an amazing option early game, but he's also very good in other spots. We may even be able to take him in the campaign. I don't know for sure if he can do Brutals 12-3. This is kind of a YOLO for the video, but hey, let's see if he can. Let's see. So build him for a little while. He's not the fastest, right? Like that run was how long? It was like a minute or something, maybe a little bit longer, depending on who you're using, of course. But as you get further into the game, you can start picking up those other champions to build as a solo Minotaur farmer. You literally seen that I use, well, what the heck? This is crazy fast. This is like Fellhound level speed. And if you run the Cycle of Violence, you have the chance of reducing the cooldown of that A2 ability. Dang. Okay, I'm like 99% sure he's going to be my next 6-star. I knew it. I had a feeling he could do this, but I didn't know he could do that fast. I think he can even do Nightmare, but we're not really worried about Nightmare. Nobody really cares about Nightmare. Brutal 12-3, easy farmer there, very fast farmer, much faster than my Elhain actually. Not very difficult to gear, gonna be even valuable in dungeons because it's just turn after turn after turn. You could throw him in a stun set if you want it for even more CC. Shieldguard is actually such a good champion. It's crazy how he's such a good uncommon champion, and recently Raid's just not released similar uncommon champions, but hopefully the math, hopefully the breakdown makes sense to everybody. One more time, basically 8,000 energy, in other words, 2,480 gems, total of 571 runs. You're gonna need about 4.2 million silver, 2.3 million experience, and this is the experience needed for level 1 to 50 or level 1 to 60. So the most efficient would be taking it from level 1 to 50, getting them there, and then running them from level 1 to 60, obviously ranking them up. And then they're going to hit max scrolls before they hit level 60. Just give them some brews, give them a few campaign runs, whatever it may be. But just keep this as optimized as possible if you want. If not, like I do, I just do 1 to 60, run it overnight. And then with Vlad, I wake up in the morning and they're all fully cooked, fully mastered, ready to go. And because of this daggone Hydra boss, I have built 2 Geomancers fully mastered. Now, guys, we're getting super close to 10,000 subscribers, so I want to say thank you all very much for all that, for all of your support. If you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Definitely help this video get pushed out more because I want it to be higher than my video that I did before because I don't really like that video anymore. I think this one's going to be much better. But nonetheless, guys, thank you all very much for watching. Very much appreciate it. And hope you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I'll catch you all in the next video.